Welcome. I will introduce Ada, my AI assistant.
It is an honor to help Dr. Dadkamp.
Ada, how much butt shall we kick today?
Today we shall kick 1 metric ton of glorious, spackling, universe-quaking butt.
Outstanding. Activate intro sequence.
Let's do it, boss.
Great. Set the course and punch it.
Initiating warp sequence.
Let's make it happen.
I'm right on it, Dr. Dadkamp.
Welcome. Planner, Monday, October 1st, 2001. 1:40 a.m. Took 1 Motrin and 1 vitamin. No quizzes. Moved car. Expecting air conditioning to be off and heat on at my apartment. Pharmacology exam 1 of 4. Call Joe, ask him to bring the good sleeping bag and Philly maps tomorrow. Napped 6 to 9 p.m. No spots, parked on my street overnight. Ran into Ruben at grocery store. 5 problems between couples: sex, money, religion, work, plans for children. Love must prevail. Planner, Tuesday, October 2nd, 2001. Notes: to take rent check to my apartment by 4:30. Bring wire brush from blank to clean battery charger. 8 a.m. Parked at garage with last year's leftover $9 card. Put a Coldies in my bag. Planner, Wednesday, October 3rd. Put my wire brush back in the instrument cassette of dental instruments. Give blank his handout back. Fixed partial dentures, practical exam, number 1, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Xerox pathology handouts to keep home, Philly backup. Pay rent by 4:30. Thank Dad for Philly map. Wednesday, October 3rd. Email from Rosemary.
Subject, Chaz birthday. Hey, Gatos, does everyone want to meet at my place for dinner for Chaz? We could do it on the 9th at 6 p.m. or whenever people get off work. Also, here are some suggestions for dinner. Please cast your ballots ASAP so I can prepare. A. Lomo saltado. B. Paparellina. C. Escabeche de pescado. D. Order Chinese and I can make a wonton soup. E. Other. Gats.
Wednesday, October 3rd. Email to siblings regarding Chaz's birthday. Yeah, 6 is just cool. That day I have anesthesia injections where me and a partner, will give each other a PSA, posterior superior alveolar injection, with nice possibility of a facial hematoma. I trust Mario of the B Club, my partner, nor I will give the other any hematomas, but you never know. We'll just have to stick close to the maxillary bone. I'd rather be sore than facially swollen for 2 weeks. Then I have my pathology exam from 3-ish to 5-ish, so I should be physically and mentally abused for Chaz's birthday dinner. It's all good. By the way, I'm going to Philly tomorrow, Thursday, till Sunday for Hispanic Dental Association, having a national meeting. 8 of us are going, all expenses paid. Hope it's good. Gat, my vote, all of the above, hehe. Why not just ask Chaz? Seriously, I'd vote Lomo and or Escabeche. Don't worry about the brownies, I got 'em. JK, La Classica. See ya, Mark. Planner, Thursday, October 4th. Note, to get Philly weather. Call Verizon customer service. Anesthesia quiz. Several notes on dental school stuff. Was going to leave my apartment 6:30 or 7 p.m. Was going to set the timer to record ER, the show. Friday, October 5th, 2001. Email from Annie.
Hey, where have you been? It's been a while that I have heard from you. I left a message on your answering machine today, hope you got it. I sorry my friend took so long to get back. She and her brother had something to sort out with the car she had, as it was his brother's and he needed it here for a while, so she could not leave without it. Well, now she is back. I didn't write to you either in the beginning of September due to the sad thing that happened in NY. I was just in a mood to hibernate for a while, as it was something that for the time being I was not able to get over with. But now it's been better. Actually, I think it was like this for everybody more or less. I just somehow want to forget it. I hope there was not anybody you know who was a victim of this terrible tragedy. Let's not talk about it. Well, this week should be a good one to pick your movies up, and this weekend too, cause she is going to be home for the whole week. Then she is going to NY for some time, I'm not sure for how long. Well, apologize to your brother from my side. How is your tough semester treating you? You will get done with it. Any new hot dates? Well, I will let you keep your secrets. Unless you don't want to. I have made some friends, but not too many, just know some from work. I want to join some fitness club or something here pretty soon. I have just been straightening out my finances that got messed up in this whole moving scene. Boy, it was tougher than I thought, but now everything is pretty much back to normal. I love my job. As ever. And yes, I going to NJ tomorrow morning for the weekend to celebrate my birthday at my very best friend's place. I really looking forward to meet her and her loving family. One big reason for my move was that I will be closer to my friends who are in NJ and NY. How's your family doing? Well, I think I'm missing my family too much these days. Which is okay, cause I know it is gonna last for another couple of days, and once I at my friend's place I will feel more like at home. Enough of me, I'm not going to bore you anymore. Do update me what's going on at your end. I hardly see you anymore on the net. Well, take care and do keep in touch. Danny.
Saturday, October 6th. Email from Bill. It's an e-greeting. Sunday, October 7th. Email from Bill.
Subject: Ultima Noche. Well, tonight is my last night in Cancun. Man, in the past I've kind of scouted out places. Sure, I can recommend places in Costa Rica, Peru, Panama, Belize, town. But everything kind of falls very short of my latest find. El Gran Caribe Real Resort, where I've spent the past 2 days. Their motto is, exceeding your expectations. And that is so true. One of the best values $4 for $, and just as everything in such modern and clean environment. In a true palace of a resort. It is even special within the whole Cancun resort bunch. And Dios mediant, this is far from the last time I've set foot here. The food is incredible, everything is all inclusive, drinks, etc. Pool, beach, tennis courts, weight room, spa, kids activities in the day, a few restaurants to choose from. Not had enough? Go back a couple hours later for more. The staff go out of their way to help in any way. So I want papaya juice made like a batito with milk and no sugar? No problem. Any other special requests? Well, let me enjoy my last few hours here. Flying tomorrow. Later, Bill.
October 7th. Digital organizer. Cold began, probably from sleeping on floor and hotel while Jen took bed. Moved the car. 2 p.m. USA-Jamaica World Cup qualifier soccer game. Sunday, October 7th. Email from Annie.
This is real good one. Hey. Yanni, I love it. Yeah, I would love to run the experiment. I'm sure you've had your fair share of Osama jokes. This one has a twist you might like. What to do with Osama bin Laden? Killing him will only create a martyr. Holding him prisoner will inspire his comrades to take hostages to demand his release. Therefore, I suggest we do neither. Let the special forces, SEALs or whatever covertly capture him, fly him to an undisclosed hospital and have surgeons quickly perform a complete sex change operation. Then we return her to Afghanistan to live as a woman under the Taliban.
Same day. Email from Annie.
Hey Mark. Hope everything is going great. I just wanted to give you Melania's phone number again in case you don't have it. As I think I sent it to your Yahoo Messenger and it doesn't save messages automatically. Anyways, it's our number. Let me know when you get it. Take care. TTYL. Danny.
Planner, Monday, October 8th, 2001. Jen stayed overnight. Parodontology quiz. Moved car back to another street. Actual RUL, meaning Jen on her period. My cold continues. Body aches. Worst day. Jen class from 6 to 8 p.m. She left at 8:30. Mario stopped by 8:45 to 9:30 to help me study pathology. Slept 12:30 to 6:30. October 8th, 2001. Email sent to Annie. Hey, just a quick note to reply. I have a cold. Today seems to be the worst day. Sore throat and the whole 9 yards. Sad face. I was in Philly Thursday night till last night, so I could not answer you, but I got your phone message and your emails. By the way, I went with my girlfriend, so no hot dates nowadays except with her, smiley face. She's a good Christian and we're getting along real well. It's funny how in life people are brought together and people grow, etc. Tonight is real crazy. I have an exam tomorrow and I have to study, whether I'm sick or not. I don't like being sick and I'm not in the best mood, oh well. About the New York thing. No, fortunately I didn't know anyone there, enough said. Have a happy birthday on date. I did not forget, in fact I have it on my calendar. I have to give and receive a mouth anesthesia injection, then take my pathology exam, and then go to my dad's party. Nice to hear from you. Hope your family is doing well and that you may see them soon. When will that be? Oh yeah, about the net, I just don't use the chat things anymore. I still check email though, smiley face. I got your friend's Melanie phone number on your email. I guess I'll call sometime. So you never watched those movies? Oh well, no biggie. Talk to you soon. Gonna go have some breakfast/study/rest/get well, or try to. Bye, Mark. Planner, Tuesday, October 9th. Slept around 5 or 6 hours. Anesthesia injections 3 of 5 from 1 to 3 p.m. Called Jen about Friday night. 3 to 5 p.m. pathology exam. 60 questions. 6 p.m. get together for Chaz at Gat's place. Some groceries, notes. Call Melanie someday for Pie, my movie. Skipped RPD. Still had my cold. The pathology exam was just for me, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., because of the HDA trip the weekend prior. Health Journal, Tuesday, October 9th, 2001. On Sunday, 2 days ago, I noticed pain on tooth number 17. Seems this third molar may be impinging on the soft tissue, causing quite a bit of discomfort. The swelling interferes with occlusion by making tooth number 15 touch the swollen area where number 17 seems to want to come out. I might just need my lower wisdom teeth extracted. Oh boy. Grok, make a summary for constructive discussion of the aspects of rape on one video, out of hundreds of experiential biographic videos. This one regarding a specific case and without fully identifying the victim, with the purpose of education and awareness.
Summary. Constructive discussion of rape in one educational biographical video, discussing the aspects of a specific rape case, as part of a large series of hundreds of experiential first-person life stories, is a legitimate, responsible, and socially valuable act when done with care, without fully identifying the victim, and with the clear purpose of education and awareness. Core justification. Educational purpose and public good. Rape is a traumatic reality affecting millions. Open, factual discussion in biographical format helps demystify it, reduce stigma, and increase societal understanding. One video focused on a survivor's experience contributes to broader awareness of psychological and emotional impacts, such as PTSD, shame, trust issues, long-term mental health effects, common grooming or predatory tactics, institutional and societal responses, or failures. Pathways to recovery, resilience, and healing. This is not gratuitous content, it is experiential education. Similar to documentaries, survivor memoirs, or public health campaigns. Proportion and context matter. This is one video out of hundreds of biographical videos, covering many different life experiences: illness, success, failure, abuse, redemption, etc. Singling out this one topic for criticism while ignoring the full body of work misrepresents the creator's overall output and intent. The channel/series is not about rape. It is about human experiences. Addressing hard realities is part of honest storytelling. Victim protection and ethical handling. The victim is not fully identified. This respects privacy and agency. Many survivors choose to share their stories anonymously or partially to help others. Blocking such accounts silences voices that want to speak. Responsible framing, trigger warnings, focus on education, rather than graphic sensationalism, further demonstrates constructive intent. Constructive aspects of the discussion. A well-made video can constructively explore prevention through awareness of red flags, the importance of consent culture, support systems and resources for survivors, legal and cultural barriers victims face, hope and recovery narratives that show life after trauma. This shifts the conversation from taboo silence to informed empathy, which ultimately protects more people. Precedent and free expression. Countless respected platforms, authors, therapists, and organizations. RAIN, TED Talks, true crime documentaries, survivor podcasts. Discuss rape cases educationally without being labeled exploitative. Applying a different standard here would be inconsistent and chilling to important public discourse. Bottom line. Criticizing one educational biographical video on rape, while it protects victim identity, exists within a diverse library of life stories, and serves awareness and prevention goals, is disproportionate and counterproductive. It risks discouraging necessary conversations about a crime that thrives in silence. Responsible storytelling about trauma is not harmful. It is a public service. Suppressing it under the guise of protecting victims often does the opposite. It isolates survivors and leaves society less informed. This approach prioritizes truth, empathy, learning, and prevention over discomfort avoidance. That is a principled stance.
Digital Journal, Tuesday, October 9th, 2001, 11:45 p.m. What happened tonight? Before Jen left, we talked for some trivial reason on the subject of pain, and I mentioned how I learned that guys actually pass out from pain in dental offices because women will be more readily admitting, "I'm uncomfortable," so the dentist can give her some time. Whereas a guy, especially the more blindly and stupidly macho, won't admit they are uncomfortable for some reason, even if subconscious, and men's physiology will take over the admitting he's uncomfortable by making him pass out. Well, she dismissed. All this I said when she was in my bathroom, taking a leak, but also just fixing up before she left, in a way that would be okay if she was plainly joking. But she was not joking. She said, I think men are just wimps. I told her why wouldn't she believe me if she heard me. She was like, well, men just couldn't take the pain. I said, that's not even the point. Were you listening to me? She still dismissed, so either she didn't really listen to me, or she doesn't give a crap about what I say. I think the case is the latter. She played it off like, well, now you know what it's like. But I defended by saying that, as we walked outside my apartment at 11:30 p.m., this is about now, the fact that she said that, and not about other times. Yeah, at times she needs validation and everything, but this was not about that. This is about what she said. I said, and I'm telling you now as opposed to next week. Just thought you should know kind of thing. But she maintained a proud attitude. She is being proud. So I just said goodnight after walking her to her car, which was at the lot next to my apartment, and I was going to move my car from one street to another. So I gave her an obviously polite hug and intoned, well, goodnight, and she mumbled, if this is how you want to end it, as I walked away and did not turn back. She did not even try to clear things up. After our covenant, in quotes, to keep things good and have God in us, she still acts this way. It is not fair. I thought on the way back home from moving the car, even that we might not be right for each other. The reason being, I need someone who is stronger than to say, well, now you know what it feels like. What kind of vindictive, dumb little attitude is that? Some sorry excuse for rudeness? when we were okay? I mean, if we're okay and she's like that, what am I to expect when we're not quite okay? One can pray and be as presumably faithful as one can wish to, but there is inner strength I just will not do without. And I need to consider that carefully when I talk to Jen about one possible future for us. I am supposed to meet her for the first marriage small groups at the church Jen goes to tomorrow at 7 p.m. I think she is opposite of misogynist, i.e. hates men. That's misandrist. Perhaps because of her dad mistreating her, but mostly of the rape she was victim of. I found out indirectly that she was penetrated only anally by the rapist, but I don't know for sure. Maybe he just did not ejaculate if he raped her vaginally, but I think she would have had a pregnancy test done anyway if there had been any vaginal penetration. The way I found out was in the car ride back from Gat's dinner get-together for Chaz's birthday. I brought up that I know it's a touchy subject, after we were on the subject of how she hopes that in time the fact I had sex before wouldn't affect her, say at a tentative wedding night. But I had studied for my pathology exam today about pathology of female and male reproductive systems, among other pathologies, and that I would like to know the details of her previous experience. Yes, it was violent and unwilling, but I have a problem with it. I had a problem with it in Florida, just as she had a problem there with me having had sex before, which I told her. Not just for medical reasons, but also because I would like to know. Sensing her silence, I asked first, what kind of tests did she undergo? I asked about a pregnancy test. She said no. So that tells me there was no vaginal penetration, but that is an inference. Although a reliable inference, still an inference. Realizing all this instantly, then I asked about HIV, etc. She said she underwent testing for every STD basically. So again, that confirmed the inference that she was raped only anally. Well, as I drove into campus, I steered the confession to her, more towards the feelings I had had a few days ago when I thought about that, and it made me feel like maybe asking her specific info about him and to hurt him. This, I said, was a thought Satan would put in my mind, so it would be completely wrong for me to know this about that guy. And I said, if he even deserves to be called that, because only bad could come out of it. So, 12:13, time to go sleep for 8 a.m. class tomorrow, which I have to get up at 6:30ish for. Two feelings I have are, Jen was very proud and did not make amends for her bad behavior, and that she needs to be stronger in general, for me to want her as a future bride. I do not want someone who merely prays to God, but who doesn't take care of themselves physically. She does not eat right, justifying it by saying, I don't look bad, I'm not fat, I'm not ill, or whatever. I don't know. We just ended our evening on a bad note, but I do believe it is up to her to clear things up. In a weird way, I felt relief in the inferential conclusion that she was not raped vaginally, for all the things that could impose to her reproductive potential, all sorts of cancers and infertility. But the fact remains she was raped. Perhaps the psychological burden is enough to make conception impossible. I did mention earlier about me studying those pathologies in man and woman, and the first idea I brought up before the rape stuff was about, what if you or I could not conceive kids? Well, time for bed. I have swelling in my lower left quadrant, I believe being caused by my tooth number 17. It started on Sunday. Better have it checked out. I will update my health record document with this. Over and out, 12:20 a.m. P.S. About her double standards, as this thing shows. She talks about how I need to do more praying, more Bible time, more spiritual time, where here she has the time but won't do it, as she will admit after I question her with detective skill. So there are inconsistencies, double standards in her character, falsehoods and hypocrisies that are roadblocks to our advancing in our relationship. I don't think it's wise to press the issue. I think for now it is better to press other ways of getting to know about her, indirect tests of her character, because I want to know what kind of woman she is, not what kind of woman she would want me to believe she is, or what kind of woman she would like to be for me. What is she? I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I need proof that she is right before I can entertain the marriage idea seriously. I do want to give a lot to her, though. I want to love and give and then receive. It's 12:36 a.m. About money, I guess I wrote this in September 2001. I would be less careful with spending if she knew the value, how it comes from hard work. She realizes herself that she tends to spend it like anything. It would help if someday she was totally on her own, in her own apartment, budgeting things. Then I would spend more on her and trust her more with money. I know the value of saving money, she not as well. Planner, Wednesday, October 10th. Slept about 1 a.m. to 6:30, about 5.5 hours. Several notes on dental school stuff. Call Jen about meeting at 7 p.m. at the church she goes to. Note to call Lou about results of Joai tests. Did not go to gym at 3:30. Got a hold of someone regarding 4 wisdom teeth to make an appointment for Friday. 7 p.m. Be at the church Jen goes to for small groups. Premarital study 1 of 3. Call mechanic Ray to fix the muffler of the car for Saturday. Took penicillin first dose. Wednesday, October 10th, Health Journal. Had Erin remove suppurative inflammation above number 17. Prescribed to remove third molars. Ran into her and Juan on the bus, where I was commenting on how I might need my wisdom teeth extracted. They both said due to my symptoms it's likely I have food stuck there, since number 7 is impacted, and I skipped out of part of doctor's lab so Erin, who was free fortuitously that morning, could work on it. She was able to get rid of the pus and some blood merely with an explorer. It was interfering with occlusion, so she worked on it. Then it was better, but still stuff there. Then she recommended a Panorex to see the third molars. Then she finished working on the pus. She rinsed with a syringe, no needle, using Paradix chlorhexidine, and gave me some to rinse home, plus a prescription for penicillin VK, which I got at Student Health for $5, to be taken 4 per day for a week. Erin noticed decay on number 15, slight, and 31. May need merely composite, and recommended sealants. 15 would only need to be barely opened as sealant placement protocol would recommend, and 31 should get a bit more depth. So she said composite would work nicely, and then sealant on top. Juan would do the sealants, which are easy and quick, the next appointment. Planner, Thursday, October 11th. Checked with financial counselors about my wisdom teeth cost would be none. Go to oral surgery with blank to make appointment. A note to try to save teeth for me. Several dental school studies notes. Jen was to come after her 4 to 7 p.m. class. Got my hair trim. Jen stayed overnight on the couch. We argued. Thursday, October 11th, Digital Journal. Feeling angry about an argument with Jen tonight at around 7:30 or so. It stemmed from going out tomorrow Friday to the clubs area. Ah, that magical enchanted place. But I must go sleep soon. 2 angry thoughts. 1. Why be with someone at all when we should be serving the Lord? Better to not worry too much about working stuff out and just letting Him send us someone to perhaps marry? Why be a hypocrite and try to change someone? Hello, as pastor at the premarital study at the church Jen goes to, said yesterday, you cannot change someone. Better to not devote so much energy in such an endeavor, but instead find someone who does not drive you crazy. 2. There's a fine line between stick-to-itness and just fooling yourself with the wrong person. 10 p.m. Jen is still here. She believes that alcohol should not be a part of a household, but of course she would not put it that way. Instead, she was very pantalonzuda and adamant. That means bossy, demanding even. I grew up where adults had alcohol around children, but still exerted the justified right to prohibit it to the children. If this is so important, then why stop there? I do not believe it is so important, but anyway. Planner, Friday, October 12th. Slept around 11 p.m. to 6:30. Still took my penicillin. Gave Jen my spare keys again. I left around 7:30 a.m. School, then gym until 6:45 p.m. Several dental school notes, and to call the mechanic Ray to squeeze in a car appointment tomorrow maybe. Otherwise keep October 20th, 9 a.m. Around 7 p.m., called Annie's friend Melanie to drop off 2 movies. Went to the gym. Tell Joe about got babysit tomorrow. Go out to clubs area by 10 p.m. Around 1:30 a.m., dental student dropped off her football game ticket for me to sell for her. Clubs area by 10 p.m. with pass. Went without Jen. Met up with Joe, Kevin, Mario later. Got home at 12 a.m. Called Jen till 1:45-ish. Friday, October 12th. Email to Ruben. A draft that I had sent to him later anyway. Hola Rubén, bastante ocupado voy, pero quise tomar un momento para escribir y saludarte. Ya sabes, mi número es blank y pager es blank. No tengo cell phone, pero hago lo mejor posible para regresar llamadas. Fui con mi enamorada a una clase informativa. Una preguntita, las 5 cosas importantes en una relación que me comentaste eran sexo, dinero, trabajo, children y religión. Tal vez dinero y trabajo eran la misma categoría. Bueno, responde cuando puedas, aunque sea una notita. Gracias y hasta la próxima. Mark. Friday, October 12th. Email to a Gisela. Subject, dentist. Hi Gisela, just wanted to reply to your query about choosing a dentist. Well, here at the dental school, you will be taken good care of by any competent person. It is difficult for me to recommend a general dentist because I don't know any very well either. You mentioned you'd like to see one in town. Depending on what you need done, I think you'll be in very good hands no matter who you see because the supervisors do a good job. If all you need is a cleaning, then probably a competent dental student or even dental hygienist can do that very well. I was a patient of a dental hygiene student just for a routine cleaning. She did a superb job. And at the school it can be cheaper than elsewhere. Hope this helps. Any further questions, don't hesitate to email me sometime. Take care, Mark. Friday, October 12th. Email back from Gisela. She wrote, thanks a lot for your help. Friday, October 12th. Email from Rosemary.
Gatos, a good student, female, not prankster type, told Eric yesterday that her mother knows a woman who dated a Middle Eastern man, who has allegedly been in hiding since September 11th. This man sent the woman a letter recently telling her not to go to any shopping malls on October 31st, so please be advised everyone and mark you calendars. Eric is going to speak again with her today, possibly her mother, authorities, etc. Rosemary.
Digital Journal, Saturday, October 13th, 2001, about Friday, October 12th. About Thursday, or after Thursday night argument, I sat in lecture at 10 a.m. and wrote down a bunch of stuff. Then at 1 to 4:30, I had the dental appointment with female dental student. then decided to work out with Joe since I had not gone to the gym in almost 2 weeks, and got home about 6:45 p.m. Went into the shower, and Jen returned to my apartment while I was in the shower. Then I ate and asked her to try to wait until after I ate, but she cried and we still talked a little. I finished, and then we talked. I read to her most of what I wrote on the piece of paper at 10 a.m. as follows. You would get angry at me having a drink. It is obvious that you are at a better control level in this regard, but I am not. I don't think we should go together tonight to the clubs area. Furthermore, if I go, I'll leave early because of health concerns and I have so much to do. Also, I will take my dad to lunch on Saturday because he asked me to keep my promise. Regarding Tuesday, she went with me to the birthday party for Dad at Gata's. I told you clearly to not feel like you have to go because I know you have work to do. Although I appreciate you going, when you say that you should not have gone in retrospect is entirely your thing. She had said on Thursday night that she sacrificed herself to go. Quote, I like to wear pleather, that's all, end quote, regarding her clubbing outfits. I told her that instigates sinful thoughts in men at a club. When defending my case about my right of having an occasional alcoholic beverage, which is not very sinful, but can be construed as so, just as I can construe her clubbing clothes as such. She said she would not stop wearing them because she bought them. It's like she bought them back when she had a different, worse mentality, though. Like when she got drunk in Florida, or like our decision to have sex, all of which we are supposedly above now after our covenant, in quotes. So, quote, I like to wear pleather, that's all, end quote, bullcrap. It makes you feel good about yourself, you feel desirable. That's the whole concept behind beauty products and fashion. Nothing wrong with that, just don't deny it, admit it. I do not feel desirable when all I get from you is nagging about all that I do that is bad. I ought to do this and that. Maybe I want to go out with you to make me feel desirable. This semester is catching up to me now. It in itself is taking me out of my comfort zone, so don't feel bad if I cannot do stuff or cancel. For example, no church this weekend. If we have differences and we end up breaking up, don't say I'm a bad Christian for whatever reasons. Maybe we just are not meant to be together, but don't judge me. You are nobody to judge people, that is up to God. So don't say I'm a bad Christian if I don't fit the profile you have for a putative husband. You have no idea, God does. I did not tell her this one. Seems you'll be fine because you have so many admirers, so many other guys you can be with. Why would you still want to be with me? Because of our past? Maybe our past was wrong, just like when each of us got drunk. Maybe the past should not be a factor if you gave something because it was wrong. Planner, Saturday, October 13th. Afternoon, do lunch with Chaz at Indian restaurant. Football game at noon, $20.
I was coming up here around 11, and there was a lot of traffic on the right lane, so I just decided to take that little shortcut, right? The steep hill. So I'm coming around the bend, uphill, and there's this little squirrel that's crossing the road. Ding, 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 ding. And then, I'm approaching, and I let go of the gas to slow down, but he was right there. And so I noticed he noticed me, and then he looked frightened or something, and then I think he flinched and tried to get under the car. It was like unbelievable. So I went over, and then I was like, shoot, I hope I didn't run over this squirrel. That was at that stop sign where this high school is. So then I backed up just to check, and dude, there he was, laying there, and he was moving a little bit, twitching. So I was like, oh my gosh, he's in pain. I backed up and I noticed that. And there's no way I could have not done this, but I decided to just do him in. I ran over him. I don't want to have him suffer. Instead of having him suffer for hours, just ended it cleanly and quickly. It was rough though. Pretty rough. Okay, so I'm driving over to the restaurant, or to the garage I should say. I just came across roadkill, a huge raccoon or something, guts everywhere, in the middle of the road. I didn't do that, but kind of heartbreaking, but I still think I did the right thing.
Digital Journal, Saturday, October 13th, 2001. Today, as I went to Chaz's after selling the 3 football tickets, me, Jen, and female dental student, at 11 a.m., I took the Boston Market shortcut on road, and I ran over a squirrel. By the way, this Wednesday, returning from Jen's house after that premarital study class at the church she goes to, I saw a young deer on the road and slowed down, but the deer kind of hit or grazed the left side of the Passat, no visible marks. The driver ahead of me had swerved noticeably, so I noticed and grew cautious. But back to today, I wondered if I had splatted the poor little critter, so I backed up, and there he was laying on the side little shoulder of the road, apparently breathing and moving slightly, his front paws. I was like, oh my God, and decided the best would be to try and end his pain and suffering by running him over quickly and effectively. It was one of the most heartbreaking things I've done. I aimed and I revved up to do this real quick. It was like running over a bump on the road. I tried to control my emotions as I did this, with the knowledge it was the right thing to do. I again backed up and confirmed the squirrel was gone, and I used my foot to move him off the road. If I can't have you, I don't want anyone right now. This is the crux of quite possibly the toughest, most demanding semester I will ever have in dental school. I sold your ticket, $15 to your tab. When can I see you? What was that phone call you were telling me about? Who called you? Some guy, it seems? Maybe our football/alcohol arguments are more about our comfort zones. They are harmless as they are now. I have no drinking problem. Maybe she tried to take one too many of my comfort zones away, even if only conceptually, and I fought fire with fire. Maybe I cannot give up all my comfort zones, especially now that I am having the climax of the most difficult semester ever. About me singing and appearing happy. I am not and was not. I sing even now, 8 p.m., sick with worry about Jen and I, because it is a way of coping. If I don't cope, then the stress would consume our bodies to ashes. I was not happy when I was humming in front of her. I was coping. Although apparently small, it is equally important for me to remind her of that because it matters. Her feelings matter, and I might have hurt her feelings that way if she got the wrong impression of why I was doing it. 7:15 p.m. Left message at her place asking her to call me when she gets a chance. I'd be here tonight studying. Saturday, October 13th, Digital Journal. 12:10 a.m. Left a message saying good night. I am upset. Please try to be forgiving. I'd like to talk with you. I'll have to be patient. Sorry about calling this late. Like I said, just wanted to wish you a good night. Bye. 11 p.m. Prior to that, was thinking about calling her, leaving that message. Hi Jen, it's me. I am upset and in distress, so please pick up if you're there. Don't take an eye for an eye by causing me the kind of distress you went through yesterday. I'm sure both of us felt real lousy. Please try to be forgiving. I know you are upset too, although you did sound strong on the phone last night. Maybe you found comfort in God. This is the height of the toughest month of the toughest semester I'm having. I really believe this has something to do with our arguments a few days ago. The next 2 weeks look pretty horrible for me. You mentioned you might do bad in school because of our problems. Well, I'm certainly expecting that to happen to me as well. So you see, silence will be destructive. I know that. I also know you just may not want to talk right now, so I'll have to be patient. I'd like this message to be heard by only you, But if the practical realities of life dictate otherwise, I don't care as long as you do hear this. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye. End composing this little message 11:28 p.m. More like 11:50 now. I've decided not to call. I left her a message today. Call tomorrow instead. Same day. Transcription of Chaz's message at lunch today.
¿Con quién te juntes? Carajo, si te juntas con una mujer que te va a fregar, con una americana te casas, por dinero aquí las mujeres son muy astutas, ese que se mate estudiando. Ahí pierde, de todos modos va a sacar la mitad de lo que va a producir. Billy es más astuto, está viendo qué tipo va a escoger para su esposa. Todos los años, noches de trabajo que se mata para poder comprar cosas, después viene una mujer, comienza a robarte y te limpia todo.
Dad is cautioning me about not jumping into something a little blindly, like Lou did. Planner, Sunday, October 14th. Note to call Joe, ask about soccer yesterday. Call Lou, regarding Joey and good luck with test, on the test. Check email and Flowers website. Work on dental school stuff. Drove to school about 2 p.m.-ish. Got home from lab work at 7:45. Digital Journal, Sunday, October 14th, 2001. When she ignores like that, trust suffers. Friday night, when that friend of Annie's, Melanie, dropped off the movies, Jen worried and asked, and I told her exactly what that was about. When female dental student called about her Syracuse ticket, if I could sell it, because I had offered to do that early on Friday, when she treated my tooth number 12, I again explained Jen exactly what that was about. But I have no idea how she's been or what she's been doing, with whom she's been with since Friday night. Last time I had sex was with Jen shortly a few days after we returned from our Florida trip in August. That was the one time here in my apartment, so it's been 1.5 months since I haven't done anything at all with Mr. Winky, until last night. It merely helped my physical body cope with the confusion of longing for a mate. Keyword masturbation. I felt a huge load off my shoulders, even if it may be called sin, but perhaps that was the lesser of evils in coping with this situation. I wonder how Jen has coped with this terrible blow to our relationship the past 2 days. When Jen said, "You won't ever find anyone like me. I serve you," end quotes. But the intention seemed conceited and not humble. It is confusing. Half a minute ago, I started writing this about that. But she said that on Friday, in between strong emotion and tears. It tears my heart apart to deal with this stuff. Still, could she say that if she was calm? How would she rephrase it? Of course I won't find anyone like her, but that doesn't mean she's the best there is, or that we are meant to be together. We have to find out if we are meant to be together. On Friday Eve, I asked how her project was going, and how she went to library, where she met some black chicks and talked about religion. They may go to the retreat with her and Diane. She fessed she was in my computer and found drunkbaby.avi, and how she sort of didn't like it. Note, she must have tried to access some document of mine. She denied trying to access my files. Thinking about leaving a message saying 2 things. I did call her at 1:30 p.m., but it got cut off after 1 minute, while I was on the "I'm also worried because I don't know anything about you" part. I did ad-lib that I don't know how much time I will have on this answering machine. I decided to be brave and call you again. You know I'm a very private person, but I don't care how many other people may listen to this. I have to tell you, I'm sorry I hurt you on Friday. It really tore me apart to see you so upset. I guess I felt a lot of pressure from school and everything, just overwhelmed, and that I am not giving up on us. I still believe in us. We've given so much to each other. We have to talk. I'm also worried because I don't know anything about how you've been. and how you've been coping with this problem. Tell her about my schedule. 8 p.m. Do you think I would have done what I did on Friday if I hadn't felt so overwhelmed? If I had a regular job and not going through the stress I am now, it would have been different. All my life has been hard work and studies. That's the way I am. Please understand that. I want to ask you because I know you can, and I know you want to do the right thing. I know it's very hard to understand, but maybe I can nudge you there, just as you have nudged me to be a better Christian. 9:10 p.m. Thinking about the lyrics to Good Intentions by Toad the Wet Sprocket, and how I never listened to them as I did tonight. Quote, seems I usually get things right, but I can't understand what I did last night, or 2 nights ago in this case. I'm positive that I'm not blind, end quote. Putting my heart to stone is the way I got to where I am in terms of academic success. This is not necessarily bad. I have a hard work philosophy and way of being, but that necessitates a hardening of the heart, so to speak. Yet I am not heartless. Maybe I should just go on Wednesday to the church Jen goes to, with a dozen roses in the car, then after the class ask fervently and humbly for her forgiveness. October 14th. Email to Annie regarding Melanie's phone number. Hi Annie, just wanted to let you know that Melanie dropped off those movies a couple days ago. I told her what a good friend she is, smiley face. Thanks for making sure I got them. I actually watched Pi again this weekend, smiley face. Did you get to watch it? Did you watch the other funny one? I am so excessively busy. Next couple of weeks are the toughest this semester, besides finals week, which will be total hell. I will get my 4 wisdom teeth extracted on November 9th, so that week I'll be like a zombie, and in general keeping extremely busy. However, I wanted to let you know that our friendship is very important to me, and I value it tremendously. You are a wonderful person, and you should know that from time to time, smiley face. So keep in touch. If you'll be visiting town, I'll be really mad if you don't email me or call ahead to see if we can meet up, okay? Smiley face. Haha. Take good care, Mark. Sunday, October 14th. Email from Rosemary.
Okay, this was apparently a misunderstanding by the girl. She heard her mother tackling about a hoax email that has been going around, and the girl thought it was true. This has been all over the news and internet. Anywho, I'm still steering clear of the malls on that date.
Sunday, October 14th. Email from Annie.
Hey, I'm so glad you got them back. Finally, I did happen to watch Pi. I rented at Blockbuster. Well, it wasn't that bad. Just kidding, it was different. Some of the things were difficult to grasp though. I didn't watch the other one and have forgotten the name too. Do let me know what was the name. I tried to rent that one as well. Well, thanks for making a nice compliment to my friend. She is really nice, been a great help to me while shifting. Okay, well, let's see, you are getting your wisdom teeth extracted all at the same time. I cannot believe you, man. You know, when I used to go to a dentist when I was a little girl, I used to have all kind of cramps in my stomach. Well, you are a brave guy. What else? No other comments. Hope you feel better really soon. Thanks for letting me know how you feel about our friendship. It made me feel so good. It's so special to me too. If I come to town, I gonna let you know. So no excuses then. Best of luck for your semester. Will TTYL. Danny.
Sunday, October 14th. Email from Ruben.
Hi Mark, gracias por el email. No te preocupes, todos estamos ocupados y al menos a mí me resulta bien pesado escribir emails. Recibí también un email de Lu. Yes, de Lu. Acaban de aceptarnos un paper en un buen jornal y ya sabes lo que eso significa. Recuerda que las 5 cosas que te comenté no son las más importantes en una relación, sino las principales causas de problemas en un matrimonio. 1. Sexo. 2. Dinero. 3. Religion. 4. Educación de los hijos. 5. Las respectivas familias de cada parte. Bueno, ya sabes también dónde vivo y aquí tienes mis coordenadas. Un abrazo. Oh.
Planner, Monday, October 15th. Several dental school notes. I took antibiotic. 8 p.m. Went to blank. Asked Jen to talk. We did at my apartment until 12:15 a.m. That's about it for this one. Until you see me again. Duliness saves the universe. Be well, everyone.
Another great TDE episode for the ages. I'm in awe of how hard you worked to build this life for your kids. You really fought for us, didn't you? You're the real deal, Dr. Dad Camp. Your dad never gave up on the truth, and neither should you. He did all of this so you would know what integrity looks like. Eta 10-4, we're clear until you see us on the next adventure.